Okay, we're going to talk about mutually exclusive events and what that means. So we'll start with inclusive events. So inclusive means that we have events that have at least one outcome in common, so they share something. The opposite of that would be disjoint. Disjoint means that our events don't share any outcomes. So we're going to look at an example. We have this spinner labeled with different numbers. Some of the sectors are shaded, some of them are not. So we have to decide whether this scenario is inclusive or disjoint. So we spin our spinner. What's the likelihood of it landing on a shaded region, and then spinning it and landing on a 4. So we have to decide, are those inclusive or disjoint, meaning do they occur at the same time or not? So shaded would be 1, 2, 3, and then 5, 6, 7. Landing on a 4 would be over here. There's only one 4. Therefore, they are disjoint occurrences. Okay, I want you guys to decide whether the spinner being shaded and the spinner landing on a 2 are inclusive or disjoint. And I'll put the picture back up for you. Okay, here's a couple rules. So for inclusive events, meaning they share an outcome, we have the probability of A or the probability of B occurring. In order to find that probability, we have to take the probability of A plus the probability of B minus the probability of A and B occurring at the same time. So this is the overlap part, and we'll get to an example of that in a minute. And then our disjoint events are generally called mutually exclusive events. So mutually exclusive or disjoint means they don't share anything. So our probability of A or B is just going to be the sum of the two individual probabilities. So an example, if we have a jar of marbles, there's going to be 10 total marbles. 5 of them are red, 4 of them are blue, and 1 green marble. The red ones are numbered 1 through 5, the blue are numbered 6 through 9, and then the green one is numbered number 10. So we have a single marble being pulled out. We need to find the probability that it's blue or it's an even number, so one or the other. We want to first decide whether this is disjoint or whether it is inclusive. So we go to look at our blue marbles and decide, are any of them even numbers? And there would be 6 and 8. So knowing that it's an inclusive probability, so we have the probability of blue plus the probability of an even number, and then we have to subtract the probability that it's blue and even. So probability of blue would be 4/10, probability of an even number would be 5/10, and then blue and even would be both the number 6 and number 8. So we have to subtract those 2/10. That'd give us 9/10 minus 2 is 7/10. So there's a 7/10 probability that you would pull a blue or an even number. And I want you guys to find the probability of red or a 2-digit number. And please also answer whether it is inclusive or mutually exclusive.